NEDAP presents an installation video that explains how to connect and commission readers and sensors with the AEOS Blue controller. In this video, you'll learn how to connect the most commonly used components of an automatic door to an AEOS Blue door controller, or door interface. The heart of the access controlled door is the AP7803 door controller, which you can recognize by its network socket. The AP7803 can control two readers, A and B. To increase this capacity, you can connect up to 31 AP7003 door interfaces, which can each control two readers. For more details, see the AEOS Blue hardware installation video. You can also find all the necessary details in the installation sheet that comes with the door controller or interface. The examples in this video always use the A connection, but the B connection works exactly the same. An access controlled door consists of a lock, a door contact, an emergency unlock, and a manual unlock. Details about these cables are available in the installation sheet that comes with the door controller or interface. Note that some of the cables are shielded. Make sure the shield makes proper contact with the ground terminal. To keep all the stranded wires together and prevent them making a short circuit, install insulated bootlace ferrules or end sleeves, and use a good plier crimping tool to crimp them. Crimping the end sleeves is a precise task. Always use an end sleeve that's suitable for the thickness of the wire. NEDAP readers such as the Invex and Convex are connected via a serial RS485 connection. This also applies to readers with an open standard protocol, OSDP. The RS485 communication goes in two directions, so the controller can both receive the card number from the reader and control the LEDs and outputs on the reader through the same wires. First, connect the V-out, ground, A and B wires according to the agreed color coding or drawing. Remember to connect them in the same order to both the door controller and the reader. To test the reader, use a MyFair Classic card. The ID LED indicates the card is being read. Once you've tested it, mount the reader. Readers with a weak AND connection use separate wires for their input and output signals. The card number is received via D0 and D1, while the LEDs are controlled through the out connections. You can use either the weak AND or RS485 wires to connect a single reader, but not both at the same time. Connect the reader according to the agreed color coding or drawing. Next, connect the lock to the relay. If you have a failsafe or power to lock lock, connect it at the normally closed contact. If you have a fail secure or power to open lock, connect it at the normally open contact. The power supply for the lock comes from the V-lock, which either has the same voltage as the V-in or 12 volts in the case of the Power over Ethernet Plus. Connect the V-lock to the common of the relay. Connect the other side of the lock to ground. Note the polarity of the lock or install a flyback diode or back EMF suppression diode. You can now install the lock. To control a sliding door, a revolving door or a barrier, a floating contact is usually sufficient. Now you can connect the door contact. You can either use a normally open or normally closed contact, because you can configure this in the software for each input independently. To create supervised inputs, add two resistors of 4.7K. Then connect the push button to the manual unlock input. Next, connect the wires to the emergency unlock input. An emergency door release can have two contacts, one for the controller and the other to interrupt the power to the lock. You can also use additional inputs such as AC voltage, battery low status, or external tamper contact. These signals can't be supervised though. The final step is to connect the network cable to the controller. Make sure the cable is attached to the housing with a cable tie for strain relief. If you use Power over Ethernet Plus, the controller will be powered via the network cable. Other AEOS Blue products, including the door interfaces, need an external power supply. For more details, see the AEOS Blue hardware installation video. If you're using multiple door interfaces, they all need to be connected to the controller via the RS485 bus. To do this, strip the cable and install the insulated bootlace ferrules. Make sure the shield makes proper contact with the ground terminal. Then connect the RS485 bus, B, A, ground and V in. During startup, the status LED will blink red. When the controllers started correctly, without errors, the status LED will be given a green heartbeat. If there's an error, the status LED will show an error code. You can find the meaning of these error codes on the installation sheet. Once everything's connected, you can test the system if a special test software module is installed on the controller. If this is installed, the blue LED at the reader flashes for 0.1 seconds on and 5 seconds off. If the LED doesn't flash like that on the reader, you can skip this part of the procedure and move on to testing. Test the door contact with the green LED on the reader, or the LED connected to the Out 1. Test the manual unlock button with the red LED on the reader, or the LED connected to Out 2. Test the emergency unlock, which you can hear via the built-in beeper or through the beeper connected to Out 3. Present a MyFair Classic card to the reader. The blue LED on the reader should stay on for 5 seconds. During this period, the relay switch is on and the connected door is unlocked. Test the AC OK input. You can see its status with the flashing green LED on the reader or a flashing LED connected to Out 1. This goes on for half a second and off for half a second. Test the battery low input. You can see its status with the flashing red LED on the reader or a flashing LED connected to Out 2. It goes on for half a second and off for half a second. Test the ext tamp input, which you can hear via the built-in beeper or the beeper connected to Out 3. Again, it goes on for half a second and off for half a second. Present a badge to the third-party weekend reader. The relay switch is on for 5 seconds and the connected door is unlocked. Now that everything's connected, you can start to configure the controller itself. For more information on how to do this, please see the relevant documents. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please contact your local supplier.